Welcome back to the part 2 of this review. In the part 1, we have reviewed it until this point. We said that Black gained a lot of territories at the top left, at the bottom left corner, and also the bottom edge. Black got a lot of territories, so White have some influence on the center, but as Black have many ways to get into the center, it doesn't feel White is in a very good position. And we'll continue how Damen will try to manage this position.
Okay, so here I was thinking few different moves in my mind. So the first move comes into mind will be something like this one. Because this move is naturally or very reasonable because you secure that your corners and you're not allowing your opponents to play the approach. And also this kind of, for example, if you're not playing this one, then this group is a little bit weak. So he may even think about this kind of approach and attack my group. So this move also indirectly strengthen this group here because you are not letting your opponent to invade here as well. So this is the first move that comes to mind. So second move come into my mind was the jump because this allow me to reduce the potential and the possible territories that White can get in the center. So the third move comes into my mind was something like this one because this move first get me some territory. And second, it allows this kind of deeper invasion in the center. So finally, I chose this one. So this is none of the options above, but this is similar to what I suggested. First one, which is the
Actually,
knife
this move is also what I have in mind.
Yeah. So why did I choose the jump instead of playing the knife move? So the reason is if I play the knife move, yes, this gives me a lot of territory. But in this kind of position that White has a lot of influence in the center, then I want to have a move closer to the center because if I look at points, definitely Black is in a superior position. So I don't have to place too much emphasis to the points. So I decided to play this one, which is a little bit more balanced. If my opponent decide to play something like this one, to sacrifice the territory in exchange for the center potential, then I can comfortably play something like this to get all the territory from the fourth line. But if I'm playing the knife move, if he is also playing this kind of shoulder hit, then now it is not comfortable for me to play this one because now I'm only getting territory from the third line and the center area is one space larger as well. So if he is playing the shoulder hit, then I will be forced to play a counter attack. For example, along the line of this kind of cap, this kind of pincer. So I was thinking maybe this kind of jump will make me more comfortable to play in the future. So I decided to play a jump instead of the knife move.
In short, jump take care the central influence more than the knife move, and this, I think, this a more logical response or logical corner enclosure for this position.
Yeah, in this position it looks a little bit more logical, but you know, AI think humans are not good enough. You think that the corner enclosure, we should stick to the default. AI suggested this is better. And this is not a small difference. I remember this is not a very small difference, like 2 to 3%. But this is more than 2 to 3% difference. He suggested the jump is not as good as the knife move for kind of significant percentage. So after I play the jump, my opponent played a little bit awkward here. So I'm not sure. I know that this kind of invasion, but I really don't know why he played this one because the wall base now and the most important thing should be in the center, but he suddenly invaded in here, which is
and
not something in my mind.
Invasion could easily help Black to protect the corner. Just play the San and the corner is protected.
Yeah, and it also created a weak group and allow Black to invade to the center. in a very comfortable way. So I was thinking that this move is not very good, but AI think that this is okay again. This is not very bad. So of course this is not the best move, but he think this is okay. So I just played this one, and then he played the knight move. And then also here, I was thinking like how to attack these two stones and then invade to the center. So first coming to my mind was something like this. But I feel like this kind of attack, he may play something like Tiger. I like this Hane. Then it seems that I have to defend, because if I, for example, if I play this kind of variation, yes, I get all the territory here, but there is something very strange here. I don't know. I don't know what I can like. If he attach here, then I don't think I can play very aggressively like this, because he has this kind of variation. So even I play the Tiger Mouth and Knight Move, I cannot secure all the territories. So if
Actually,
I
I
play
have a
very
mind.
aggressive,
How about L16?
L6. This
I
one.
mean black. I mean 1.
Oh, yeah, I will talk about that later. That was
Oh.
also in my mind, but I will talk about that later. So I was also thinking about the Hane here, but then I also decide not to play this, because after this kind, yes, this just difficult for, because it's just difficult for Black to play, because now this group is live, then he has to take care of this group, and then something like this jump very comfortably, then White just get the territory in the center. So this is not what I want. So I feel like this pin set looks very strong, but it does not seem that there are very good following moves. So I decided not to play this one. And then I decided, what about this one? Then if you play this one, I jump, then it is closer to the center. And if you play this one, then I can possibly play this one, because now I can play this one to cover the white. If he playing this one, then I extend. If he play this one, then now my territory is larger and more secure, and even I can play this one as well. So that's what was in my mind. And then I have and then I stopped here. And then I have a third thought, which was what I play in the game, which is this one. What I was thinking is, if my opponent plays something like this, then I can proceed to play this. I feel like the exchange of this one and this one will allow me to attack these two stones in a more effective way. And at the same time, this also limit the influence in the center. So if he proceed to play something like this, then I think the exchange this one is very important. So if he is playing something like this, then now if I play this one, then it just feels like this one can reduce the territory in the center. And if you play this one, then now I can play a jump. Then now the center territory is no longer very significant for the white. So that's what something was in my mind. And maybe 12 is a little bit off, because in the future there's something like this, but that was something got into my, or maybe if I thought that jump is a little bit off, then I can play the knight bird as well. And white will have to play this one, and I secure all the territory on the top side. So that was what is in my mind. And then my opponent did not play this one. And then I was thinking, okay, this move looks, because this move, to be honest, at that time I thought this is not a good move. The reason is, if I Hane, if you have to reply, then it's the same, right? And 1 and 2 is even better for the black. But because the performance of white in the first half of the game was very amazing, then I am thinking that if there are something here, just some natural feeling in inside myself, I feel like there should be something. And that's the reason why I play the attachment. And I feel like white may play the cut. Because after the cut, it seems I do not have very good moves here. Because if I Atari and he extend connects, he can just capture these two stones by this. I don't have very good options here. Yeah, I don't have very good options here. So if I'm looking for something like this, he can just exchange this one and then this one. There's no way that I can escape. So But to be honest, AI still suggested me to play the Hane, and then AI suggested something along the lines like this one to get all the territory. But this is not what something in my mind. The reason is if even I get all the territory, white get lots of territory in the center as well. Yeah, but he played the attachment, and then I proceed to do what I planned, because I still think this kind of exchange should be okay for the black, because now this also creates some weakness for the white field. Because in the future, I can, for example, in the future, if there are some fight in the center, I can even play this kind of very strong move. If there are some fight in the center, then if you play this one, then these two stone could be in danger. So I still think this two exchange is good for black. And then he played this one, and now I play the Hane. Because after this two exchange, I'm not afraid of this one anymore, because I have this stone here, then I can make use of the RG here to fight in the top. So I played the Hane, so I was not afraid of the cut now. And then he played this Hane. Very, very surprising to me. Really surprising, because this has never come to my mind. Because, so Michael, when you see this kind of Hane, the first thing comes to your mind should be something like cut or something like the extend, right? So along these lines, right?
Yeah, I will extend.
Yeah, it is very, very difficult, especially in a fast game. I don't know. I just feel this move does not get white a lot of points, but also not getting white a base too. But what it does is make sure the thickness of white and at the same time threatening invasion in the right hand side. So I was thinking, this one looks not very amazing, but at the same time, I also have not very good reply here as well. So first, the first move comes to mind must be something like the tiger mouth. But if I target play the tiger mouth is extend, then there's no good move afterwards for the black. Because now, no matter what I play, for example, if I jump to make sure the connection, then he can play this one to limit the territory of the black. If I play something like along the lines of this one, then in the future, there's this kind of invasion, then my territory is not secured. And it is possible that he will play something along the lines of this one or this one. Just it does not feel very good for me, even if I play the tiger mouth and the knight move. So in this position, I decided to play this one. So the reason of this one is very simple, because if I play this one, there's no way that I can cover this group, because the jump is not possible. There's too many cutting points. Of course, he may not cut it now, but he can cut after this kind of exchange. Then there are many different ways to cut. So like, for example, this one. So if I play this one, if he push, then I extend, then now this is a very good shape. This is a knight move shape. Then it's not possible for him to push and cut me. He decided to retreat. So actually, this is really amazing, because this is what AI suggested. Even now, I do not really understand why is this a good move, but it shows my opponent's ability to spot the thickness, the vital point of every group. It is really amazing. I think this move is really, really good. I mean, I don't understand why should I play this one, but after he played this one, I can kind of feel that this move brings a lot of benefit in the future, but it's not in this certain moment. And then I played this Kema, just as what I said, because I thought I can secure the territory on the right hand side. And then he played this one to not allowing me to Atari into his influence. So, and then I play this one. So actually, at this point, I feel very good for myself, because you see, black actually accomplished a lot of things in this kind of variation. Black play this knife move, so secure some of the territory here, and then this kind of move, threatening and then reducing the territory in the center. So it's not possible anymore for black right to get a lot of territory in the center. And white does not reduce a lot of territory for the black. So at this point, I feel like this is a very good game for the black. So AI think that this is slightly better for the black at this point, but it's not a lot. It's like something like along the lines of 60% or 50 something percent now. So it's still a 50-50 games at this point. And then he played attachment, Hane, and then extend and capture is Sente. So I was just making sure that my group is alive, and he captures, and then I play this one, and then I peep, threatening the cut, and then I play this one. And this peep, again, is a very, very amazing move. This looks very simple. So this peep looks very simple, but this is very amazing. This peep actually looking for some very, very far away weaknesses for the black, which is I connected and then he connected. The push and cut in the future become very strong. It becomes something like a Miai. So it threatens the corner life and death, like something like this Hane and descent. And at the same time, if black is defending a corner, then this kind of cut in the future could be very strong, or this kind of Kema. So this peep is again a very, very important move and very spot on move for the white. So I connected, and then he played this one. And then now I have to be very careful here, because here the reasonable move will be something like the jump, but I was afraid of something, the defect here, something like push and cut. So I did not play that. I just played here to ensure my connection. So, and also at this point, I feel like it's okay for the black, because still I go to the center. And then he played the attachment and then cut. Here there are two choices available for the black. First, this one and extend, and then this one. This is the first choice. Second choice will be what I play in the game, this one. So by default, black should always choose this one, because it allows black to get a lot of territory on the top side with a Sente, and you can, for example, jump here or whatsoever to attack this group. This is by default. Black should choose this, but I did not choose this. The reason is, I feel like this kind of variation also threatens, because this group is not very, very thick. There's no clear two eyes. Of course, it's not easy to be captured, but it's not very thick.
For example,
and I saw a variation.
Wait a moment. How should you respond after the jump also? Black jump. How would you respond if white cuts now at the N13?
N13. So here I think he can Ataris, because this group is not totally alive as well. So the, for example, captures, then now I can like bring this one.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so it could be a little bit even if black is playing this one a little bit softer, white will have to play something like here, then the capture is not very significant. Still white, still black can go inside. And to be honest, is this position, maybe jump is not the best one, maybe possibly this is the best one. And then play this one.
I see.
And then if we play this one, and I will connect here, so this group has only one eye. Yeah, if we play this one, then play this one. And then if he captures, then now black can play this one. Similarly, this group will be not in a very good fight with this group.
Yeah.
Yeah, so probably black should play this one instead. But I did not see this variation. I did not see the 7 in the
game,
the
black
so
7
that's why
is, we know this, but when we try to think about it, because the illusion caused by O15, I think.
Yeah, and another reason is, if you read it from here, I think most of the high-end players can immediately find M15. It's not difficult. It's not difficult to find M15. It's easy. But if you are reading from here,
yes,
then it is difficult to find 15. So why did I abandon the move of Atari on L18? Because I saw this one. So this the game goes like this, and then he has a Sente. Because I saw the variation of this one. This was the variation I saw. Yeah. Because I can use all the strategies, all this kind of pressure to threaten this life and death. After he get the life and death, okay, I get the points in the center with thicknesses in a centi. So I was very happy this kind of strategies because I get a centi, which is very important. So because I see this kind of variation, and that's why I chose the extension here. I chose extension here. But AI very, very strictly and criticized that my extension is very, very bad. He think this move lose me the game. This move, I don't know, it's like 50% or even more, or 60 something percent of decrease. So after this extension, I am actually losing this game. It's like white is 5 points ahead after I play this extension. AI think I must play this one. And even if I play this one, this is something 50-50 game. And if I play this one, the game in AI's mind, this is finished. I'm lost. So after he played this one, he thinks the points and the center get on c8 will lose me the game. And then after I play this one, again, this move is also AI first choice. Very amazing. He keeps on finding the very abstract move in the center in a very perfect spot. So if you play this one, then now then black play this one, then the point in the center becomes to the black. It just looks quite logical. This move is. I played the Atari, just finished this, and actually at this point I still think this is a good game for the black. Because I was so happy that Atari discovered. I feel black is very happy, and then I still feel like black is ahead in the game because we will think this kind of Atari is very happy, and with a center gets lots of points, and then I play this shoulder hit and reduce the territory in the center. So everything looks very smooth for black because it just feels like all the moves are planned and very smooth and jump. Everything's are okay. And then I managed to play the this Kasumi here to get some territory for myself and reduce the territory for the white. So he squeeze here and then defend. So because if he do not defend, for example, play something like this, then this is very strong. This can capture the white. So he has to defend. So he red. And then I play this Hane first, and then I play this one, threatening white to connect. So he connects, and then I play this one. This is some Yosei move, so I feel like this could be a Sente. If he's not replying, then this is huge. So he must reply, and he play the tiger mouth, and then I peep, threatening the cut, and then at this kind of certain moment, I kind of count the points. So at this moment, I try to count the points, like how many points I have and how many points our opponent have. So we can actually count it together. So let's have a look at white. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this is 7. So 6. So these are the points. So I will count the points to something like to around this line. So I think white has this kind of points. So he has 45, 46, 47, 48. So white has around 48 points on the board. So what about black? So what about black? Well, how many points does black has? So we can do the same thing. Black has so black has 50 and then 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. So white has 48. Black has 56. So it is around like 8 points ahead for the black if you only count the points. But I am not that optimistic at this position because for black, 56 points is the maximum of points that black can have because black has no potential to get more points. But for white, it's different. The thicknesses here. So when we count the points for white, we count it to here only. But it is possible for white to get some territory in the center in this area, but it's not possible for black to get points in the center in this area. So although it is 8-point difference, so if we count the Kobe, maybe black is a point or 2 points ahead. But if you look at the thickness as well, then it is possible that black is kind of losing in Kobe. So in this point, when I count the points, I noticed that it should not be a very optimistic game for the black. I should be very, very careful in the Yose. So I proceed to play this because this is just, I even think of if I should play a Tenuki here because I want to reduce the center territories for the white, making sure that he only have points count to 45 here. But I feel like this move is very important. So if I, for example, if I Tenuki something else, then Atari and this move could be very strong. So I have no choice. So I have to defend. And then after he play this Hane, and then extend, and then I proceed. So this Atari is aiming for in the future, white may have to spend 3 moves here to capture my 3 stones. So it may reduce the territory. And then I proceed to reduce the territory in the center. So this is very important. So if I play something else, this Hane and Atari is very strong. And given that white has very big yours and it's a Sente. So if I connect, then the points is already different. White do not have to reply here because now black is no longer possible to play the descent as a Sente. And given that this Atari could be 100% Sente because white is thicker than the black, so automatically black will not have enough co-threat than white. So I play this one, and then he blocks. And I play this one, proceed to reduce the territory in the center. And he play this one, I play this one. And then I keep on squeezing the territory of the white. And then this is another very amazing move because normally I think if I'm playing white, I would play something like this one because now playing this move could be a little bit off because you're allowing black to bully your points. So normally this kind of counter attack should be possible. And then if he play this one, then he destroys some of your point, or you also destroy some of the points of the black. So if I were white, I would play something along the lines of this push. But he played this one, which is again quite surprising to me actually. So here after he played the descent, I played the crawl on second line, and then he blocked, and then I decided to play this one. So the reason I did not block is the Hane and connects is a Sente. He has Atari and then this one, and then this group is dead. So yeah, this is the reason why he played the descent instead of the Hane and connects. So here I did not play the block because I think the corner's life and death problem is still okay for the black. There's no good move to kill the black. So I decided to proceed to get more territory in the center, and then he pushed, and then he played the larger knight move, which is also a good move. And then I played this one, very common Tashujis, and then I played this one. So here I think white make a mistake. White here, he should play this one. I think this is very important because the corners, life and death, black must play this one. So this one is huge. If this is a Sente, then this is huge. If this belongs to the black, then this is 4 points, 5, 6 points. It's like a Sente 6 points. So he should connect here because now if black is not replying, then white can kill this group by this one and this one. Or possibly you can just play this one actually. So he should play the connects here. So but he played this one. So here again I have to be very careful. If I'm not careful and play this connect, he can play the Atari. and then this one, and then cut, which is very devastating to black because now this 3-stone could be dead. So I have to be very careful. So here I want to get Sente. So that's why I play this one. So if he's not capturing, then in the future I can connect here, then there will be lots of points in the center. So he captures. So at this point, I have to think about how to proceed to the end game. So I think about what is the largest point on the board now. So some of the larger point could be something along the lines like this one, something like this one, or something like this one. But this kind of moves are not very urgent. So the reason is if you play this one, then you don't get a lot of point in it because there are something like this one or even this one to reduce the black's points in the corner. So even I play something like this, it likes a MI. It likes something like a MI here. So I don't really want to play in this corner. So, but if I play this one, I don't feel like this is very large. The reason is he still got the Hane and connect. So I also don't want to play this one. So the remaining would be something like this one. But this is also not very large for me. So finally, I decided to play this one. So the reason of this move is if white is not playing anything, then for example, if white just like this one, then if I play something along the lines like this one, then white only have 1, 2, 3, 4 liberties, and I have 3 liberties here. If white push, and then I can even Hane here, like Hane and Atari here. White cannot play the captures because now white could be dead. If he Ataris, then black can even start the code. So it will be very difficult for white to reply if black plays something like this. If he for example plays something like something others, then all this Ascente, then I will just automatically get a lot of territory in the center with Ascente. So here I get like 6, 7, 8 points in the center with Ascente. So this is not acceptable for the white. So this is the reason why I play this one. And at the same time, this also prevents some defects in the center. So for example, in this there are some possible defects here. So this Tiger Mouth also defend those. And then opponent play this one. So what I have to do here is I have to prevent white from getting connected to this group and also not letting white to get an eye here. So he does not have to take all the capturing rates here. So I play this one, and then in my mind, I only want to make sure that white has as less liberty as possible. So I push. If he play this one, and then I will play this connects. If he play this one, I can play the Atari. So I use all the strategy to ensure that white has a minimal liberty. So he connected, I cut, and then he played this one. And then now I think I play the winning move for this game, kind of a winning move. This jump is the winning move. Because this jump capture the stones, kinda capture the stone in a center and threatening the cut. So if he is not careful, for example, if he's just playing something else, then push and cut will kill this group. This group has no 2 eyes. If he has to make 2 eyes, he must make use of this kind of move. Then this will automatically capture the stones on h5. So this stone is kind of getting centrally captured. So he played this one, and I captured this stone, and then he played Atari, I connected, and then he played this one. And then now the largest point on the board is very obvious, which is this one. So after this kind of exchange, it seems like black get a lot of benefit in the Yosei. Because white makes a few mistakes, which is maybe a little bit subtle and difficult to notice. I think white should connect here because before this was a Sente for white and white can exchange anytime, but finally it gets black gets time to play this one, which is a little bit strange. And they play the Hane and then just proceed to play the Yosei. So here he proceed to play the Yosei moves, and both of us play almost perfectly, and then He played the attachment, and then this one we finished Joseki, and at this point it is a winning game for the black for like a few points. So in the beginning of game, I think my opponent played perfectly, and I actually in most of the time I was behind for a few points according to AI. So I won the game to Yosei. I feel like the reason why White had lost the game is because White did not notice that this Atari is very important, and White should have picked this Yosei as a Sente very early in the game and make Black to reply in A2. In human perspective, this game will be a small win for the Black after the Atari here. But in AI perspective, AI has some very amazing moves here. So AI feels like here, White has a very, very aggressive move. So if White can play this Hane, AI is thinking this kind of code. AI thinks that if the starter code is still a 50-50 game or slightly better for the White. And AI also suggested this kind of inflation, but it will be very difficult for a human to think about. So I think this game White play very nicely, and White has a better understanding of thickness and center more than me, but I kind of luckily win the game by the Yosei.
Yeah, I think you really managed the center very well. You're trying to make use of the three dead black stones and to gain a bit of benefits, and that's really quite amazing.
Oh, you mean these three black stones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I think it's also really important to notice the Yosei at the top left corner. That one,
Top left.
many players
Is it this one?
overlook that. Yes, this extension is very important. If White could play the Hane in heat, then it would be very, very painful.
Yes, so if Black did not notice that this is very important, if you allow your opponent to play this one, then it is very game changing.
Yeah. So, in game of course is not that interesting, but
Yeah, it's
in
also not
tournament
very
wise,
popular.
it's really important and the most determinant things in the tournament.
Yeah, especially when your level and your opponent is very close, then kind of what depends the winning the result of the game will be the Yosei.
Thank you for your sharing, and we have finished talking about the 4 games you played in the MSO. Actually, you also got the silver in the 9x9, right?
Oh, 999. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I
yeah.
got silver. Oh, yeah.
Maybe in the future we will also take a look at some 9x9 game and
Yeah, let's see what our audience would like us to do. Yeah, you may comment in the section below, and if there are significant people would like to see the 9+9, then we can do that as well.
so thank you for your sharing and thank you for watching. We will see you in the next video.